So I'm going to take a step back a second and ask the question how we type. What happens when we sit down to construct language and communicate it via our hands through a keyboard? And we've got a number of steps that we go through that are all sort of these cognitive intelligent things, right? We start out with some sort of conceptualization of what we want to say and why, right? The impact of language and the structure of language on this remains sort of a controversial topic. Is all of our thought mediated by language or not? That's not something I'm going to get into here, but there is sort of this sort of primary step of I've made a decision to communicate something, I want to get something across. Then you've got another step going down around sentence planning. You have some sort of semantics and syntax interface where you're starting to put together elements of a sequence of words. You then retrieve those words. Again, the hard lines between these three sections are false. There is gross interfaces between here. And then finally, once we have a sequence of words, or at least a partial sequence of words that we would like to type, we then come down and we get into the mechanics where we start sending this information down to our hands and into the keyboard. The thing I want to stress in this is that each one of these processes, heavily interacting processes, are unique to who we are, both in how we think and then in some cases our physiology, right? The length of my fingers, the speed at which I type, the familiarity I have with different words through muscle memories, starting down at the mechanics of this, are all fairly unique to me. And then as we move up, we're all sort of very comfortable with the idea with how I think defines who I am, right? And these two are sort of one and the same. So if I can get the question then I want to pursue as we go through this is, if we watch someone typing, what's revealed about the individual? And there's a limit, obviously. It's not everything.